Hello, hello, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Podcast. I'm your host, John Harris, and today on Rock and Roll Podcast, we have Next Door to Heaven. And they have a new EP called Inside, which was released on March 25th. Right now, I'm being joined by Daria to share some more information about this release, as well as a single that they had just put out in 2020. And it's also a follow-up, because you guys were on the show, like 2 years ago, Daria?
Yep.
Wow. It's fantastic. Well, Daria, welcome back onto the show.
Yeah, hi, John. Thank you so much. You're right. We've released our single Dance With Me in 2020. There was also a full music video for this song. I don't know if you have seen it, but you have to check it out if you didn't. Also, we have now prepared our EP Inside, and it has just come out on March 25th, and it consists of 5 tracks. One of the tracks is a feature with Lord Nelson, X-Tuck Mojo, so it also includes some rap stuff. So if you just was waiting for some metalcore and nothing else, I have to surprise you, there will be also some rap stuff.
So many questions there. Number one, how did you guys get in touch with Lord Nelson to make this happen?
Well, we contacted him through our manager, because our manager is in California. We are that kind of a band that is actually in Russia, but our manager is American. This is kind of a mystery, because when we found our manager, it was just a match. I mean, there was no person that helped us find this manager. He just checked out our music and contacted us, and so we started to make it all together. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and it happens that way. The music industry, one of the things I found very surprising, Daria, when I started working as a media host, a radio host, a podcast host, a YouTube host. I don't even know what you want to call me these days anymore. But the band will be like in Belgium. Their mix engineer is in Canada. Their manager is in Sweden. And it's just like, it's the whole, I think it's the internet or something connects everybody these days. But
yeah, that's a cool thing of globalization, I guess.
Yeah. There could be somebody, next door, but that's the whole point. They could be next door to heaven, and you want to dance with them, but you found somebody in California. Have you ever met your manager?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so he came to Russia, or you guys went to sunny California?
We were in California.
Oh, fantastic. Was it a tour?
First, we were just traveling, and then there was a tour.
Okay. Because that's kind of my next question is, last time you guys were on, we were chatting about, I'm trying to remember the name of it right now, 5 Ways to Accept.
Yeah.
Now, what's happened since then? What's gone on aside from the obvious? You guys were okay? Nobody got coronavirus?
Yeah, we actually had coronavirus and even had pneumonia. I also had it. Well, when it just started, I was a little bit worried because I'm a singer.
Right.
And, I was finding different ways to get well, and also to find a way to do something good for my lungs. And actually, I started practicing those breathing exercises, if you know.
No. Tell me about it, Daria.
No, really. Yeah, it's a good thing, because you actually use your nose to breathe, and you make a deep breath, and then you start breathing out with your nose more than ever. Like if you hear that, I don't know, it's very hard to make it with... Yeah,
it's very rhythmic.
Typical microphone. Yeah. Like short breathing with your nose, and it helps your lungs, and it really helped me, because 3 weeks after that, I had a scan, and it showed that I don't have pneumonia anymore in 3 weeks. they told me that it's very fast.
Отлично.
Because
Молодец.
because I was practicing those exercises all the time. So for any of those that had pneumonia or are having it right now, I can surely tell that it's very useful. Just check it out online. There are some exercises online.
Молодец.
Yep.
Very cool stuff. Okay, so you guys traveled to the States, small little tour in there. You guys did get sick, but you recovered, so that's good to hear. Man, what else happened since then? I noticed you guys were on Slipchick Records back then. Is this release going to be also on Slipchick Records, or are you guys shopping around for a new label?
No. So after we released Five Ways to Accept, we had 2 tours, one in Europe, one in the United States. After that, we decided that we will release an EP. And while this pandemic was happening in the world, we were trying to find a label, and we actually got 5 different offers from 5 labels, but there was no offer that we really loved. So that's why we've decided to self-release our EP this time.
Okay. I know it gets kind of private and, personal, but in a way that you can answer, what were you looking for that they can't provide, these 5 labels?
Well, first of all, I'd say that copyright is a very, bizarre question, and it's always complicated when you are trying to negotiate about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's the big one. Everybody knows about that one. So old school, they would pay for everything, and then they would own everything, including your publishing rights and your recording rights. Today, things can be a little bit more flexible, but I'm speculating that they wanted publishing rights to your songs and things. Yeah.
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 Exactly.
Duh. Вот это да. Okay, now take us through this EP then, Inside. Do you guys... Well, actually, no, I was going to ask another question, but I realized I should just come back and let's chat about this EP. How did you guys end up wanting to do the rap thing? Obviously, we chatted about how you got into contact, with Lord Nelson, but you guys are just hanging out and you're like, you know what we need today? A little rap on this.
Maybe it's actually complicated when it comes to some creative processes. Sometimes it's just like, yeah, I think we need some rap here. Yeah, I think it happened this way actually. Yeah, we were trying to find a way to make it more pushy, because this song Flare Up is really pushy. And then we try to think if it's going to work with any other type of vocals. And we understood that rap is the best match here. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's a pushy song, and rap is pushy.
Yep.
Well, I mean, something... Actually, I had to explain this the other day. Somebody mentioned something about... Speaking of California... Why people in California might be angry. And I'm like, well, a lot of angry metal and angry rap came out of California. And then we got into a discussion that ways in which people cope with being pushed down by the man ends up being metal and rap a lot of cases. So it's kind of funny how we find it odd when the two collide. And I guess I've heard a lot of bad instances of that, but there's also been a lot of good instances.
I think it's more or less classical thing. I mean, mixing rap with metal, especially in California, especially in the United States in general. Mm-hmm. It was kind of strange for me when I came to California, because I thought that California is so shiny, so much sun almost all the time. Why people are so sad? Many people are actually sad because I thought that, we are from St. Petersburg, and right now it's rainy and windy almost all the time from March up to May, and then from September to November almost all the time. Mm-hmm. And I thought that we are just that kind of sad people, but no. And especially in Sacramento, I actually didn't know that Deftones come from Sacramento.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's depending on. I have to look back to when they started, but that whole area could be considered pretty rough at different times. But yeah, no, I mean a lot of bands, very popular bands outside of the big four, Metallica, Slayer, and all that. A lot of angry thrash metal bands came from the Bay Area, which is a couple hours south of Sacramento. But I think I was going to say Testament came from Sacramento, but I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, not sure about Testament. Yeah.
Yeah. Boom. That's kind of funny. I spent a few months in St. Petersburg, and coming from Canada, I will even say it is cold in St. Petersburg.
It's windy. I can say that it's cold in the means of the temperature itself, but it's windy. It's really windy because it's called Northern Venice, and there is a reason for that. We are surrounded by water almost everywhere. That's why it's so windy, and it seems like it's colder than it actually is.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was there in June, and I could see my breath.
Yeah. And June can also be very different. Sometimes June can be like the beginning of May or April. Sometimes June is very hot, like 30 degrees.
Wow.
Celsius, yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm from Canada. We have Celsius in Canada.
Yeah. Sorry. Because when I talk to Americans, they are like, what? 30 degrees above what? What is Celsius? Okay.
I know. What is Celsius? What is healthcare? What is science? Sorry, I was getting a little opinionated about my American friends. Okay, so let's chat some more about the EP. When you guys were putting these tracks together to say, like, hey, we couldn't find a label, let's go ahead and release it ourselves. What were you guys looking for in compiling this EP together? What is inside?
Inside is something that is inside of a person. If you saw our artwork, I don't know if you have or
looks
haven't.
like a machine heart or something, some kind of a heart.
Yeah. It's a mix of a V engine and a human heart in the moment of ignition. So it actually pictures the whole idea of this EP. It's a mix of human feelings, feelings that machines may have or don't have, I'd say, and everything that's happening in the world, everything that's happening with different limitations, So this album is a mix of very personal feelings and also feelings that most of people may have right now or have had during this year.
Okay. Because I know on this music video, I got to go back to it, the description for Dance With Me is passionate story, passionate song.
Yeah, it's Dance With Me. It was absolutely another kind of thing. It's about love. It's about different complicated feelings. The actual story behind this music video is the story of a guy that has lost his beloved girl, and he's trying to fall asleep, but then he feels that there's someone in the room. And he understands that there is a girl in the room, his beloved person, and he starts seeing different subjects moving and so on. Then he feels her as if she could be real, and then he starts dancing with her. He's not touching her, but they are dancing together. And then in the end, she finally disappears, and he accepts the fact that she's not there anymore and won't ever be.
That's deep.
Yeah. The most amazing thing happened with me when I saw this actor, this guy, when I was dreaming. I saw his face in my dream. And in a few days, we found this actor for our music video.
That's creepy.
A little bit. A little bit.
Delectably Russian, but also creepy. Is that you dancing, or is that an actress?
No. That's a professional ballet dancer.
Okay, and you are not a professional ballet dancer.
No, surely not.
Okay, because I didn't think that it was you, because it doesn't really look like you, but I thought maybe with the camera angles and stuff, and because the camera's actually out of focus a lot, so I thought maybe it could be you. Okay, cool. So then this single, I guess could have been a part of an EP, but you decided to come out with one in 2020 just to, I don't know, release something?
No. The thing is, there is no obvious idea in Dance With Me that suits the idea of Inside. So they are different. Dance With Me is more about feelings, about love, about things like that. But Inside is more kind of psychological, something inside one person.
Okay. Perfect. Well then, Daria, we've chatted about COVID, pneumonia, breathing, rap metal, shopping for labels, visiting Sacramento, which is an odd place to visit. Usually you'd want to go to, like, I don't know, Venice Beach or something.
Well, we visited Venice Beach too, of course.
Of course. Did you go to San Diego at all?
Yeah.
Wow.
There was actually a very cool gig in San Diego, and people were so overwhelmed with emotions. I love that.
What was, I guess, your most memorable experience in the States then that surprised you, especially as a Russian coming to the States?
Well, one thing that happened many times in the United States when we were there touring is the fact that before our gigs, people were, they didn't know what to think of us. They were a little bit confused by different things that they have heard on social media, mass media, and other things, But then when we started playing right after the first song, they were so pleasantly shocked, and they started to take part in everything that was happening. And then after our gigs, they were always coming to us, talking a lot, and were trying to find out more about us, about our merchandise, CDs, and so on.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys bring a bunch of merchandise to sell?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was fair enough, I can tell, because this is something that I really love when people try to see something and make their own opinions,
Mm-hmm.
because just listening to some different news on mass media and thinking, okay, I heard everything I needed to hear, and think about that, it's very different from the situation when people make their own opinions. And I really love that.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of that. Well, I don't know when you went, but at least last year. Probably wouldn't have gone last year.
Right before coronavirus. Mm. Right before that, when we came back to Russia, and I guess 2 weeks later, everything has started.
Just like that. Bam. Okay. Beautiful. Daria, is there anything that we missed that we were supposed to talk about that management says these are the things you got to talk about? Is it Ryan? Is his name Ryan?
Yeah, it's Ryan Rice, yeah.
Okay. I saw his name on your website.
That's cool. So guys, if you still haven't checked out our new EP, Inside, please do. You can find it on all digital platforms. Also, it will soon be available on physical. And also, find our merchandise online on threadless.com. You can also find all different kinds of links on our website, nextdoortoheavenband.com, and on our Facebook page too.
Beautiful. Well then, thank you so much for coming on to the show again, Daria.
Thank you too.
Hello, hello, or should I say goodbye, goodbye. Thank you so much for listening to the Rock Metal Podcast. I've been your host, John Harris. Please head over to our website at www.therockmetalpodcast.ca. There you can sign up for our newsletter and find out more information about today's show.